Welcome to English Conversation Pods. I'm your host, Diane.
And I'm Ricky. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us.
In this podcast, we help you learn English in a fun, relaxed, and natural way. We talk slowly and clearly so you can understand everything.
That's right. And today, we have a very important topic for anyone learning English. We are going to talk about phrases you should never, ever translate literally from English into your own language.
Exactly. These are called idioms, and if you translate them word for word, they can sound very strange and confusing, but native speakers use them all the time.
So today, we will teach you 24 common idioms, what they really mean, and how to use them. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Okay, Ricky. I think a good way to organize this is by topic. Let's start with some idioms related to work and studying.
Great idea, Diane. So, for all our listeners who are students, what's a common phrase they might hear when it's time to study for a big test?
They might hear the phrase, hit the books. Now, this does not mean you should physically punch or hit your books.
Right, please don't do that. To hit the books simply means to begin studying very hard.
Exactly. For example, a student might say, I can't watch a movie tonight. I have to hit the books for my history exam.
And often when you hit the books, you might have to stay up very late. This leads us to our next idiom, burning the midnight oil.
Ooh, that's a good one. It sounds very old-fashioned.
It is. It comes from a time before electricity, when people used oil lamps for light. If you worked late into the night, you were literally burning oil in your lamp.
That makes sense. So today, burning the midnight oil means to work or study late into the night. For example, Maria was burning the midnight oil to finish her report before the deadline.
Exactly. Now, while you are working hard, there is something you should not do. You should not cut corners.
Right. To cut corners means to do something in the easiest, cheapest, or fastest way, often by ignoring the rules or not doing a good job.
Yes, it's usually a negative thing. For example, the company cut corners when building the house and now the roof is leaking.
Okay, so after you have hit the books, maybe you burned the midnight oil, and you didn't cut corners. You are finally finished for the day. What can you say?
You can say, let's call it a day. To call it a day means to stop working on something.
Right. So at 5 o'clock, you can say to your colleagues, all right, everyone, we've done enough work. Let's call it a day.
Those were great. Okay, let's move on to our next group of idioms. These are phrases to describe feelings and difficult situations.
Okay. So what if you wake up one morning and you just don't feel well? You're not very sick, just a little bit.
You could say you are feeling under the weather. This is a very gentle and common way to say you are feeling ill.
Yes, it has nothing to do with standing in the rain. You could call your boss and say, I can't come in today. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
Exactly. Now, what if you have to do something you don't want to do, but you know you must? A difficult but necessary action.
For that, we use the idiom, bite the bullet. It means to face a difficult situation with courage.
For example, I really dislike public speaking, but I have to give a presentation at work, so I'll just have to bite the bullet and do it. Don't make me do it, please.
That's a perfect example. And if your friend has to bite the bullet, what can you say to encourage them?
You can tell them to hang in there. This is a lovely phrase. It means don't give up or be patient.
It's very supportive. For instance, I know learning English can be difficult sometimes, but hang in there. You are doing a great job.
I like that. Okay, one more in this category. Sometimes things happen very suddenly and unexpectedly. For this, we use the idiom out of the blue.
Right. Out of the blue means completely unexpected, like it came from the clear blue sky. For example, I hadn't heard from my old friend for years. Then yesterday, he called me out of the blue. Okay, Ricky, are you ready for our next group? Let's talk about idioms used in communication and relationships.
Yes, let's do it. Let's start with a very fun one. Spill the beans.
Ha! This has nothing to do with food. To spill the beans means to tell a secret.
That's right. If you tell someone about a surprise party, you have spilled the beans. You can also use it to ask for information like, okay, spill the beans. What happened at the meeting? Did I miss anything?
Now what about if you are just joking with someone? You might tell them something that isn't true, just for fun.
In that case, you are pulling their leg. It means you are teasing them or tricking them in a friendly way.
Yes. So if I told you I saw a movie star at the supermarket, you might ask, really? Or are you pulling my leg?
Right. Now, here's an important one for teamwork. When a group of people agree or have the same understanding about something, we say they are on the same page.
This is a very common phrase in business. Before starting a project, a manager might say, let's have a quick meeting to make sure everyone is on the same page.
That's a great use for it. Okay, last one for this group. When it is someone's turn to act or make a decision, we say, the ball is in your court.
This comes from sports like tennis. It means, I have done my part. Now it is your responsibility to do the next thing.
Right. For example, I sent you the email with all the information. The ball is in your court now.
Okay, Ricky, are you ready for our next group? Let's talk about idioms related to animals. Wow, we've covered so many phrases. We have just a few more left. These are general phrases used to describe things.
Okay, let's start with an easy one. If something is very, very easy to do, you can say it was a piece of cake.
Haha. I wish it meant you actually get cake. But no, it just means very easy. For example, I thought the exam would be hard, but it was a piece of cake.
Right. Now, what about the opposite? What if something is extremely expensive?
For that, we have a very dramatic idiom. It costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah, right. It sounds painful. Of course, it just means something is very expensive. You don't have to give any body parts.
Exactly. You might say, I wanted to buy the new iPhone, but it costs an arm and a leg.
Okay. And for our very last idiom today. This is one you can say to someone before they go on stage to perform in a play or before any big event. To wish them good luck, you can say,
break a leg. This is maybe the strangest one we've talked about today. It sounds like you are wishing something bad to happen, but it actually means good luck.
It's true. It's very common in the world of theater and performing. So, before your friend's big presentation, you can smile and say, break a leg.
Whew, that was 15 English idioms. We really hope that was helpful for all of you.
The most important thing is not to be afraid of them. When you hear a phrase that sounds strange, it might be an idiom. Try to understand it from the context.
That's great advice. And that is all the time we have for today.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of English Conversation Pods.
If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please consider subscribing to our podcast. That way, you won't miss our next episode.
We also love hearing from our listeners, so please feel free to leave us a comment or a review.
We hope to see you in the next episode, which will be out soon. Until then, keep practicing.
Bye for now, everyone.